What's up family, welcome back to yet another valuable video. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail of this video, it's way different than what I do on a daily basis. I want to talk about ITC concepts, or what is known as smart money to most of us, and I really want to give a thanks to the concepts that were taught by Michael Hedison in terms of how it has actually changed my life. I'm not just gonna thank him or talk about it only, but also to really show you where or which areas it fixed in my trading. For those who are watching for the very first time, my name is Emmanuel Maga. I am born and raised in South Africa. I've been trading for the past 7 years and I am the CEO of Professional Forex. So for the very few, or rather the first years of my trading was normally based on news trading. That was been my strength and has always been even right now. So I've been trading that, and I was a news trader, trading news events such as your NFP, CPI. As many of you who are already subscribed to this channel can see, that is mainly my strength. I do not miss when it comes to news trading, right? And of course, technicals, I picked it up around about my fourth or third year, in fact, when I was now trading. That's when I had to now try to match the two and say, I want to trade technicals as well as news trading. So matching those two became really amazing in terms of that, because I was not only now waiting for such events that take place once in a month or once in a week, like your New York Stock Exchange opening bell. I normally just trade the volatility of that, and that is what I used to trade back then. So I used to trade once a day, and of course, and a few other events that take place once in a month. Many of you do know those news events, and I was really good at it. But when I started trading technicals, I had to really train myself to be patient, to really trust the process when it came to trading technicals, to hold the trades, all of that, the nitty-gritties of structure. Because news trading, most of the time, is very rare that we concentrate on structure overall, how structure influences the market movement, because any news can just occur. We take one candlestick profit and just move on, and it spikes and takes liquidity and all of that. And of course, I was well taught by other mentors on how to trade technicals. They were good. But now, as I began to trade, I began to see a lot of things that I did not like within my trading style, in terms of the stop loss range was too high, was too big. So in most of the time, I either had to just reduce my lot size in order to accommodate the style of trading that I was using in technicals. Okay, so many of you, probably this is your story as well, but this is my story, right? Before I actually stepped into ITC, or what we call smart money, right? So there were huge stop losses, and you can just imagine, I'm trading NASDAQ, by the way, so this was ×2. So I had to have a large capital and reduce the risk as I'm trading with that large capital in order to make money. So, but I did not like it, because sometimes I would get stopped, and I'll get stopped at large like that. I would not like the, those stops. I would not like the stop loss range that I would actually get. So what will happen, I began to find ways on how to minimize it overall, but I couldn't with the way I was actually trading. So, but fast forward last year, around about April, I was trading a 200k funded account, and it was quite going well. I had grown that account to about 220,000 US dollars. That was a lot of money here in South Africa, still is, almost $500,000 rands this side. I was proud of myself, and of course greed came in, and I wanted to over risk. I was still using my same approach of mixing my news trading with fundamentals. I was trading DAX 30, the Frankfurt Stock Exchange opening bell, as many of you know it. So as I was trading it at the open, what happened is that I was able to predict the direction. But what happened is that the market, of course, took me as liquidity, pushed the market up and took me as that liquidity, and therefore, and afterwards pushed all the way down, and I lost all of those profits. And of course, I did forfeit the whole account, because I'd reached my daily loss. So I lost the whole account that I managed to pass the stage 1, stage 2, as well as now trading the live account. I all lost it. All my work had actually just gone down the drain. So of course I was really exhausted about that. I was really terrified about that. I was really heartbroken. And of course I've been a mentor to many of you, as you guys know, and some of you guys who have grown a really very good close friendship that we can share some of the stuff. So I began to open up to one of them. Some man, brother, I lost a lot of money. I can't believe it. I got the trade right, but I did not get it right. I got actually stopped out even before it actually gone into profit. And of course, I was aware about ITC. I was aware about smart money, but like many of you guys who are watching this channel, or a lot of South African traders, are still a bit skeptical, about ITC and the whole thing about trading smart money and the whole concept. We just brush it off most of the time, especially if you have somebody rather something that works for you. So that was the case. I would brush it off most of the time, but this friend kept on insisting to say, man, I know you are a good trader. I've seen you trade. I've seen you make a lot of money with your own method of trading news. Imagine if you were to mix ITC concepts and with your news trading, it's gonna be a blast. But this guy, I was like, no man, no. I really don't like what you're talking about. But as I was going through that period where I was just down, or just sitting, because I had to really try by all means to just recover all the money, but I had to also recover emotionally and mentally, so that when I come back into the markets, I'm ready and I'm not overclouded with that kind of loss. It was too big, right? So I began to search over there. ITC, got his channel, go through his concepts, or rather his video course, and it was too long. Like, oh my god, this guy is not getting to the point. Right? So I just went back to my friend and said, man, no, this thing is not for me. This guy does not get to the point. Is there any videos or that you can trim for me or something? He said, okay, I know what kind of trader you are and I know what you need. These are the few videos that you can watch and you can really get the concept from then on. Then I will top it up as we speak on a Zoom call. So that's what actually happened. The brothers sent me some videos. I checked them out and my eyes began to really open as I was introduced to liquidity. I just knew it as stop hunt and that's it. Well, the market is stop hunting us. But because I'll trade double tops and double bottoms, break and retest, all of that when I was trading technicals, right? So that means that whenever news would come in, sometimes it would take retail traders to create that liquidity. So take their, stop losses, kick them out, then go into the direction. And that's really what happens most of the time when you're trading news. So it's either I would survive such news if I don't go in with big lots and hold the trade as it goes up to collect those SLs and move, but now I'm able to get sniper entries because of ITC, right? So I begin to go through his concepts, bit in a bit, so that I can digest it. Once I had digested and understood breaks of structure, chalks, liquidity, equal lows, all of those stuff, buy side liquidity, sell stuff, all of that, I begin to understand and my eyes begin to open. And it really, when I took my news trading and I took the entry ways of entering by ITC, my eyes begin to open. I saw where was I losing, what was my mistake, and definitely that's how I became to be, really profitable. Where I would go in with serious lot sizes, 100 lots, 10 lot sizes, where usually I'll just go below 1 lot size because I'll be afraid of my big lot sizes. So many of you see me today making so much profits and you ask yourself, how did I do it? It's because I did realize what was my problem and I was honest about it and I reached out for help and I matched it together. So it's not all of the concepts that I took, it's just what works for me and what really is comfortable with me based on the ITC concepts, and I interpreted it the way I can. And I'm also going to show you example on the chart how I really do it most of the time. Even with NFP, if you guys didn't watch the video where I made 8,000 pounds rather in a minute, or rather it is 13,000 pounds in a minute trading NFP, I was able to predict the liquidity sweep that happened to most of the traders. I saw a lot of their Twitter accounts where they posted they lost, but yet they got that direction right. I saw TikToks of traders where they got the direction right, yet they lost. But on my side, I was able to predict that there was going to be a spike because of all of the concept that ITC has taught. So if ITC, you're watching this, thank you so much for teaching us this, even for free. Definitely, it was not an easy journey to learn from you, or even an easy journey to apply it. But getting through and back testing it every time with consistency, I was able to actually see good results. So I'm gonna show you what I do on a daily basis. I don't just trade news, but as I said, mainly I look for volatile events such as that in order to enter my trades, and they've become better. So I'm gonna go ahead to the screen and actually show you even how I got that NFP trade, how there was liquidity, how a lot of people lost money, but I was able to survive. Before ITC, I probably could have lost money knowing the direction. So my news method does show me the direction. 95% of the time I'm always right. But now what would stop me out is actually those liquidity sweeps that actually happen. So I'm gonna jump on the chart right now. We can break it down and show you exactly, and I just hope that you do enjoy this video and you enjoy my honesty, as some of you guys have known me since day one, since 0 subscribers, and you can see the growth in my trading skill. It's because of this that I get to invest myself in this knowledge. So trust the process, guys. But let's jump onto the chart. So we are on Nasdaq on the 5 minutes chart, and I just want to show you, this was NFP. I just want to show you exactly what really transpired when a lot of people were trading this event, but because my eyes had opened afterwards, I'm able to know exactly and navigate when the market, or what the market is going to do, right? For example, I did see that was a change of trend. There was a change of trend that was happening in the markets. I do articulate differently, by the way, when it comes to the concepts taught by ITC, but it's the same thing, right? So I did see as well a change of character that took place over here. There's a trade that got triggered right now as I'm doing this, but anyway, let's go ahead. There was a change of character here that I saw. And this was like few moments before NFP took place, but I was able to kind of really navigate it. And of course, as you can see, we had the break of structure over here. And I'll just get to just clone that. Just show you right now. So of course, the break of structure does validate that structure is going up, or it's in an uptrend, we're in a bullish market. Now, according to my strategy, I was just gonna buy because I can see that, of course, while the markets are in an uptrend, I was probably gonna mix it with my technicals and say, well, let me just show you what I was gonna do here. Before ITC, I was gonna take this and say, of course, that was our previous higher high that was broken, and the market just retested it, and I was gonna start taking my buys over there. So before that, I was gonna probably just plot my entries like this. I was gonna plot it like this and anticipate, of course, and just take it as, or if I've got it earlier on, this is what would have happened. Still the very same thing, right? This was gonna be the way I entered the trade. And of course, what will happen? I do anticipate the direction, right? It stops me out and goes in my direction. So that's what would really happen most of the time. But now with ITC, check what happens, right? With ITC, I begin to understand that there must be liquidity that has to be taken by smart money in the markets to really sweep a lot of retail traders. So I'm gonna go back here to what happened here. So what really transpired, of course, during NFP is I did identify just moments before, right? This was a crucial identification by me, that there was equal lows right here. equal lows. So just mark them with dollar signs, equal lows over here. And this equal lows, I did understand that the market is going to want to take this as liquidity. So what I did, I took this demand level, okay, what many of the people would call an order block, okay, so just label it as a demand. And if you take it at equilibrium over here, you will see this is where I actually now took my entry there, okay. And of course, I didn't just wait for it to just come in there. I waited for the market to actually just touch. Then that's when I was able to actually get an entry. And of course, if we now check, look at that. That is where the market came in. So when it started rejecting, that's when I actually started placing my entry. So I did anticipate that stop loss, and of course, I did also, of course, take my profits around about these areas. Reason being is that, of course, I did see other equal highs that were formed right here. So we have equal highs, and according, of course, to ITC, equal highs simply means the market is going to want to take them. So through that, this was, okay, so it came into this demand right here, and the market just shot all the way up. That's how I was able to get this trade. I did wait, and then afterwards it started, playing into the zone right here. That's when I took my buy, placed my SL just below the spike, and we are right in. If you don't believe me, you can check it out. I even gave a signal right at this entry price here. I can still remember 1195.1. That's where I actually gave the entry. I'll just put it so that you can see what I'm talking about when I even gave the signal to my signal group. Otherwise, most of them could have been stopped out literally and lost their monies, because yes, I'm good with news, but I'm not good with entries. So this is how really, when you identify there's a problem, definitely go ahead and solve it and humble yourself. So I just want to say thank you so much again to ITC teaching me your concepts through his YouTube videos. Go check it out, guys. Amazing. So definitely that's it for me for today. I just hope you've learned something about how I trade, in terms of I mix ITC concept with my news trading, and that creates an amazing blaster. I do actually teach that within my mentorship group, where I teach exactly how I trade according to my trading edge, according to my strategy. Okay, so ITC is not my strategy. The concepts taught by him are available on his channel. The concepts, how I mix my news trading, how I predict the direction, is available on my mentorship course. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, like, and also share this video with your friends and family.